Hi, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for January 2019. Do you like my Cindy Lou Who hat? I couldn't resist it. I hope you're going to have a happy and fantastic new year. This month I'm using the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck, and I pulled 5 cards for you in a rainbow tarot spread. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, now onto your reading for January 2019. Hi, Aries. Now onto your January 2019 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have is the Moon, and this can be secrecy and deception in romance. It can be secrecy by itself, romance by itself. It can be your psychic ability and intuition could be heightened. And there could be some kind of illusion going on in January 2019. There's a real tear down going on, tearing down and throwing out of old things. You could be tearing down structures like sheds or beams in your garage or ceilings or trees, because I keep seeing up, like tearing things down. Could be trees. Maybe there's trees that are a problem in your yard and you're tearing them down and throwing them out. It could also be structures and things in you. Maybe you have walls or belief systems in you that you're tearing down and you're throwing out. It could also mean that. Some of you are having a bit of struggle whether the person you are involved with is the right partner for you. If you want to get married, you might be asking yourself, are they really marriage material? Or you could just be struggling, like feeling uncertainty here about something to do with their character. Maybe they have some character flaws and you're like, I'm not sure if they're the right partner for me to continue on in this relationship. That's for those of you that are seriously coupled with someone. You maybe have had the experience of heartbreak and sadness took over you in some way, and therefore because of that grieving, you got together with the wrong person. That may be the position you find yourself in now, where you got together with them in the past because you had some kind of heartbreak, sadness, or grieving going on, and this relationship or this partner looked like they would be there to ease the pain or burden or pacify you. And now you may be looking at it like, I don't think this is the right partner for me. If you're coupled right now, you may feel like you're on the verge of something ending. You may feel like, is this relationship going to last? I feel like it's going to break up soon. Or you just may have, it could be your own psychic ability and your own intuition kicking up, telling you, I don't feel like something's right here. I don't feel like they're the right partner for me. Or maybe you do feel like they're just being deceptive to you, but it's like almost like the feeling of waiting for another shoe to drop. That's what I feel like. And they may be also giving you the business where they're putting you in a position where you have to stand your ground, or they may be like constantly challenging you, like, you know, making you explain yourself, or making you, you know, show up or go to things that you don't really want to be part of, or, you know, always looking for you to give them some story or explanation. You may have that feeling about somebody you're connected to romantically. You really do need a break from reality. It's almost like there's too much distortion in this dimension for you right now. And it feels like if you could do meditation or hypnosis, or just even go on a restful relaxation vacation, would be very good for you in the month of January. The next card you have here, Aries, for January is 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups is ruminating, going within, overanalyzing, pulling at straws, thinking about the past, worriment. You could also be having some God give you some blessing or opportunity from God or the universe or someone else coming to you out of the blue unexpectedly. You could be feeling frustrated too sometimes when this card comes up. You're plagued with some kind of move or decision that you have to make, because I see you feeling like, I'm hearing I have to make this move or this decision. You may have kept some important information from some people close to you. So, or if maybe you didn't purposely keep it from them. Maybe there's some people that needed information from you didn't have, you couldn't find, or maybe you purposely didn't give it to them. And this may be causing you some consternation and troubles or issues now in the month of January. I do feel that some of you are either going to get an opportunity or a way out of something. So, or it's an opportunity which leads to be a way out of some situation you're not happy that you're in or you would like to get out of. And it's like evident of how much strain and stress you've been under and how much pent up energy you've had to keep in. Like, I do feel like there's frustrations here, or suppressed anger, or things that have been suppressed in you. I do feel that like tension here when I look at you through the Four of Cups. You know, if you feel like there's nothing in your area for you anymore, you may request a transfer, or you may start looking into getting transferred, or you may look into relocating. You may start feeling like there's nothing here for me anymore. Maybe friends you had moved away, or family passed away, or you had fallings out with people, or you know, maybe you're on your own and you don't need to work for another company anymore and you can do your own business wherever you want. Because I get this feeling like there's nothing here for me anymore. I need to move on to somewhere else, to do something else. I get that sense, or to just live in a different, maybe you feel that way about your home environment. Maybe you feel like you've outgrown it, or you know, maybe you don't own it. Maybe you rent and you're like, I want to make changes to it, but I'm renting it, so I can't. So those might be some of the feelings you're experiencing in this Four of Cups card. Now, here you have the Ten of Rods, which is moving on to new and better horizons. With 10 rods of burden on your shoulder, and these burdens may actually be knowledge and experience you've gained that are going to help you as you move on to the better horizons. You may feel like you've sunk too much money into something. Maybe you feel like your house was like the money pit. Did you ever see that movie? That was a while ago. I think that was in the 80s. Maybe you feel like your house is like the money pit, like you keep sinking money into it, or maybe it's a boat. You know, boats are well known for being money pits, or something else, like maybe you have a business and you're like, man, I'm always sinking either time, energy, or money into this business. It's time to break free from cycles, from chains that bound you, from unhealthy patterns that depleted you and drained you, or locations that made you feel that way, or even careers, relationships, or jobs. Because there's something that you need to break free from and move on. Now, only you are going to know, because this is a general reading after all, Aries, so I can't tell each one of you, how all the many Aries out there that are going to watch, what it is you're breaking free from. Some of you may actually take on some kind of different job or career. I do feel that for some of you, and I also feel moving here. So I get a mixture of things. There was quite a few signs. I haven't read them all, but moving came up quite a bit. So a lot of the signs must be thinking that they want to move on from something, because moving on from stuff came up a lot in these readings. Not all with the same cards. Some people got Eight of Cups. Some people got 10 of Rods. Some people got 6 of Swords. But it was all cards of moving on in some way. You're really well known for your completion of work and your attention to details. I feel like this is part of your calling card, if you will. This is part of your wheelhouse. You're good at completing projects and your attention to detail in work-related situations. Maybe not at home, but when you're at work. I also see some of you Aries that may feel like you have been overburdened by debt. Maybe heavy debts of some sort. I see you digging yourself out of debt. So whatever method you need to do that, is it to get a better job that pays you more money? Change your career that'll give you a more, give you a higher income? Is it that? I mean, because in some ways you're finding a way to dig yourself out of debt in the year of 2019, or working on it seriously. You have the Judgment card, Justice card next, Justice. And this could be dealing with court documents, legal papers, lawyers, the court system. It could also have to deal with if a situation has been unfair or unjust, now you may be making it fair and just. Like it could be now being rectified. It will become fair and just, and it may have nothing to do with legal issues at all. I do feel that some of you are going to have to consult an attorney. And this could be, like I said, if any of you are leaving your job or moving, this could be because of you need to sign contracts or deals if you're buying a new home, or if you have a new job and you have to sign a contract. But some of you are dealing with lawyers. I do feel that. Maybe you're not even hiring them to do a case. You could just be going to them to get advice and not necessarily going through the throes of any, legal battle. You could be just talking to a lawyer about law and getting advice. It could be also, too, if you need to file for bankruptcy or you're considering it, you may be consulting the lawyer to see. It could be a bankruptcy lawyer, and you may be asking, is this the wise course of action, or should I get into some other kind of debt relief program, or, handle it in another way? That's also possible here. You also may feel like there's something there where in your life there was a misappropriation of funds. And you may want this lawyer to be a forensic attorney and look backwards into situations. So maybe you've received an inheritance and you don't agree with the amount. You think it's incorrect. Or you think that there was hidden money or hidden agendas or something that you were supposed to inherit you didn't get, or that something's claiming isn't a correct balance to what you believe should be in there. And you could be having a lawyer, or maybe, like I said, a lawyer that's an accountant and a lawyer or a forensic attorney to investigate it and backtrack, because I get this backtrack, looking backwards. That could also be, if it could have to do with bankruptcy, maybe they have to look backwards into, your credit or records of what you paid and what you weren't able to pay, that kind of thing comes up here too. Or anything to do with legal cases that were in the past that, geez, the legal system anymore. You could be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for court cases to come to court and be settled. So depending on what it's about and where you are, you could be waiting. There could be many delays. I mean, I read people for a living, and I can't tell you how many times I come up on court cases where people have been waiting 7 years and the court case hasn't even come to court yet, or more even. So it could be an issue like that. That comes up here. So the next card you have here is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is, this could be sleepless nights, migraine headaches. You could be not feeling well. You could be worried about somebody else not feeling well. This could also be if you had grieving the loss of a breakup. You could be with somebody and then the two of you break up and then you feel sad about it in January. Or it could be grieving the loss of a pet If a pet died or ran away, you could be grieving the loss of that, or a love relationship or a loved one in your family or someone that maybe passed away, not necessarily in January, but recently, and maybe the holidays could be making you feel like you're grieving their presence at the time of the holidays. It could also be that. I feel like your emotions are going to be very overwrought, and I see you saying to yourself, how did things go this far? How did it get so far? So it's some situation, it's either a relationship or a situation where you feel like things got out of hand and it went too far, and now you're grieving about it. And I see some of you shaking your head and saying, I can't believe this has happened. I feel like this has already happened before, and now it's happening to me again. So if you're splitting up with someone, you could feel like, I already did this not that long ago. Or, you know, it's another breakup. Maybe you've had a series of, like, you know, love relationships that just haven't worked out. And you are like, oh my God, I'm going through this again. Because I do get, whatever this is bugging you or bothering you here in this Nine of Swords card, I do get the sense that it's a repeat of what's happened before. You may be berating yourself and hard on yourself a little bit. Like, how did I let this go so far? And why did I? And like almost saying you knew better. Like, why did I do this? I knew better. I knew I shouldn't have, you know, picked this partner, or I knew I should have gotten out of it sooner. Or like you're going to be a little hard on yourself in January. So don't do that to yourself. The decision is made. You can't undo the decision. So whatever you're having issues about, don't be too hard on yourself. This is just part of your journey, and it's going to move on. And, you know, this too shall pass, as the saying goes. And there'll be other things, new births and of new things and new growth and new opportunities that are going to come up for you. So don't get stuck in what's happening right now. It's best to focus on ways to improve your life, make you feel better, and to get out of these energies that you have here in this Nine of Swords card. You may even feel like there are so many things going against you in January. It could either feel like people, or it could be situational where like, oh, well, I got this to worry about. I got that to worry about. My family's giving me a hard time. My love life is rocky. The job I have is unfulfilling, or I need a job that pays me more money because I need to pay off the debts that I have. Like, you may feel like overwhelmed, like there's too many obstacles or things in front of you. But keep in mind, those burdens, remember in the 10 of rods, you had those 10 rods of burden, and you're still going to move on. These things that feel like they're trouble or causing you grief in January, you're gaining a lot of knowledge and experience that as you move forward, it will be, you know, it won't be viewed as such a negative thing of what you had to go through. Yeah, you're not going to feel great about a lot of it, but you certainly have learned a lot, and you're going to be all the smarter and wiser and well informed as you move forward. So don't get too stuck on that card, because you are going to get past that Nine of Swords. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in getting my 10-card Celtic Cross Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac for the new year of 2019, you can access those videos by clicking on the link below in the Show More section, and it will take you to those videos on Vimeo. And you can also get them by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Click on the videos tab on my menu, and there it will probably either be the first or second video series listed at the top of that page. You just click on your sign and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Also, if you're interested, you can get my psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac by clicking on the other link below this video, and it will take you to those videos for the month of January 2019. And they're also available on my Vimeo on-demand page and also on my website. Go to that videos page on my menu, and it will be either the first or second video series listed on that page. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic and happy, blessed, healthy, and prosperous new year. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.